Coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan on September 21st and 22nd is GrandCon Gaming and Comics Convention, presented by Celebration Cinemas. Join us in playing or chatting it up with fellow enthusiasts in a community that understands your passions. Get lost in the adventure of your favorite role-playing game. Admire costumes and art from vendors and attendees. Meet the creators behind your favorite mainstream and independent games and comic books. Check out unpublished games and sneak peek at things to come. You can get all this and more at GrandCon. For more information, please visit www.grand-con.com.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Powers. This is episode 27 of Off the Cuff. Tonight, we are covering the fourth quarter games of 2013. Joining me this week is Art Danner.
It's me! It's Mario! It's me, it's Danner.
And Sean Z. Brown.
What the hell was that?
I think that was him trying to be Mario.
It sounded really good in my head.
Yeah. So like,
It's me, a Danner.
Just like
it's
I'm sure,
me, Mario.
much like the concept of when Shanzi's parents got together, they thought it was a good idea to have a kid.
He's so funny, this guy.
And in real life,
Wait a minute.
you.
Wait, no, you are insinuating that Shanzi was a planned child.
Oh, good point. I completely buy the fact that he was totally an accident. Much like him being on this podcast.
Oh,
Total accident.
Believe I was invited.
We didn't think you would take us seriously. And you just keep coming back.
Like serving sizes on pints of ice cream. No one takes me seriously.
Much like Friday the 13th sequels, you just keep coming back.
I thought you were going to say I sucked. Sorry,
oh no. You've gone past suck. You blow.
You just keep coming back.
It's good. You know, if you're going to do something, be the best. That's what I say.
You've gone from suck to blow.
You know what?
Distinction without a difference.
Before we dive, let's I'm trying to decide if we should do listener feedback first and then the fourth quarter games.
Let's do listener feedback first.
Let's do listener feedback. Yes, because you don't want to lose time and not get to them.
Right. Okay. So,
if anything, we can cut off Shanzi.
So in episode 26, we had 3 questions for you guys. They were, what is your favorite late night game, fuel, or snack? Which was asked by both Danner and Shanzi.
Because he stole it, because I talked about it before, that he's a real dick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not even going to go to the point where I say you're a dick. You're a bag of dicks. You're an entire satchel filled with dicks. That is you.
Well, it's a very useful and versatile accessory, so
all right,
I take that as a compliment.
So question number 2 was, will you be buying any current gen games, PS3, 360, Wii U, games after you upgrade to a next-gen console, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, if/when you upgrade? And the final question was asked, what do you think it means for a console to win a generation, and is it silly to talk about consoles winning a generation? First person, well, actually, I don't have them in the order that they responded, but King of Kongs replied with... let's see. Well, first of all, he says he wants more killing Shanzi jokes.
Yay!
As
I
everyone
will deliver,
should.
sir. I will deliver.
He also says that he loves listening to the podcasts. So Good. We are actually doing a good job.
I'm glad that means there's at least one person getting enjoyment out of this.
There are 3 people that responded. So, he says, how did this one come about? Where did this? Oh, you know what? I think I put in the wrong question up there. Anyways, he says his favorite game to play by himself is Shanzi's favorite game, which is State of Decay.
I didn't say it was my favorite.
It's one of them.
You're an asshole.
Oh, so what? You don't like it anymore? It's
no,
not a favorite?
like it.
Is
it's
it a favorite?
No, I never said it was a favorite.
Okay.
Stop putting words in my mouth and start putting other things in there.
Okay. But yeah, he says he likes to play State of Decay when he's got nothing else going on.
So yeah, that was one of my questions.
Yep.
Yay.
I actually forgot to put your question in the list of questions.
Well, what the fuck?
Apparently he sniffed it out of the episode, so it's all good.
Yeah, in your face.
You have a fan.
Yeah, screw both of you.
Although apparently he wants more jokes about your death.
You know what? Everybody loves Kenny off South Park, and he dies every episode, so whatever.
And much like that gag, you are as old as it.
So he also says...
I'm the youngest guy here.
No, I mean your tired act.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
So to the third question about the consoles win a generation, and is it silly to talk about them, he says, when I look at who wins a generation, mainly for me, it's the one I used the most. If I used it more than the others, that tells me it had better games. Simple, maybe, but logical. Is it a silly question? No, I don't think so. So I kind of get what he's saying here, but for me, it wasn't so, like, if we're talking about just like the last generation, right? About who won between the 360 and the PS3, I didn't play on the 360 like because it was better.
That's just where your friends were?
Yeah, it was more because more because Live had its shit together.
Yes.
And so it's kind of like
that's why you keep saying on who won the generations and you keep saying Xbox Live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was,
like,
Xbox Live won it for Microsoft because
like Xbox won the multiplayer generation, PlayStation won the single player.
Well, yeah, because I mean, let's not even look at it this way. I mean, you could play Call of Duty. We could have played all the Modern Warfare games on the PlayStation 3. You know, I never would have met Shanzi, and life would probably be much better.
It would be totally.
Don't worry, I'll quickly. Where's that box of razor blades?
I have to stop.
Not close enough.
Doesn't have to be. I can get a running start at it.
But I feel
Face
like
first.
it was Xbox Live, you know, that made it so easy to play with your friends and just to sit down and start playing, which is why I spent the majority of the generation playing on the 360. I don't know how about you guys feel. But yeah, that is a good estimation. I mean, I think I played better games on the PS3, although I spent more time on the 360. If that makes any sense to you guys.
It does, but like when I had my PlayStation, I used it more as a Blu-ray player than anything. So I always thought of my PlayStation as a better entertainment system. That makes any kind of sense?
No,
Makes
that's
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, or it's like I use that more for Netflix and.
It's because Netflix is awesome on the PS3 and it's a fucking mess on the Netflix.
Better. I don't know if I would say it was straight up awesome.
No, I think Netflix best interface is on the PS3.
Yeah, I will agree with that because
I will say that if you have a keyboard to plug into it to type in when you're searching for stuff.
I don't need
still
to search for stuff.
Select whatever. Just whatever's on. First thing that pops up. Boom, that's what Danner's watching.
well, that's what his kids are watching. So, then he goes on to answer Danner's question, which is his favorite late night game fuel is Red Bull or the new Mountain Dew energy drink. Mountain Dew with more caffeine. Have not blinked in weeks. I haven't tried the new Mountain Dew, and I've only ever had like 2 cans of Red Bull. It tastes like liquid Smarties to me.
It's way too sweet for me. Like there are energy drinks I'll drink, but unless it's got some alcohol in it, like Jaeger bombs are fantastic. But
I was gonna say I haven't touched an energy drink in maybe 2 years, and I haven't drank more than a glass of pop in the last 2 months.
I'm sorry, I don't know what pop is. I'm the other 90%
soda.
Free.
Soda.
Thank you.
There you go. Carbonated beverage.
That's why
Carbonated syrup water.
That's why I play it right down the middle and just say soda pop.
Yeah, well, way to not choose a side.
He's fucking Switzerland.
I was gonna say way to be Switzerland in the situation. But I mean, for me, my late night gaming fuel is a 12-cup pot of black coffee.
Not a coffee drinker, so I can't do it.
Oh, that's me. What Modern Warfare and a pot of coffee. That is my
what
gaming.
5-hour energies are for, and as many B12 tablets as you can shove in your face.
And then typically goldfish crackers.
I'm a fan of Lunchables. I don't know what it is.
I saw your Twitter post about Lunchables, or was it your Facebook?
That was Facebook.
Okay.
I was gonna wait until we were done reading these to answer the questions ourselves.
Oh, that's fine.
Did you want to read Plato's Laments comments?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Sean, please send
God.
me your leftover razor blade so I can use it to scratch up my Saints Row 4 discs before I sell it back to GameStop for $15 and a written apology.
So now,
He's never gonna get $15 for that.
I know. I was like, you won't get it.
I'm curious though. Is he saying because he all of a sudden changed his opinion on the game and doesn't enjoy it anymore, and he's asking GameStop for a written apology, or is he asking?
What's a written apology from Sean?
Okay.
Because I always want a written apology from Sean.
I'm
Sean's
I'm
parents.
sorry that my awesomeness diminishes your life.
Can I get your mom's phone number? I would like an apology letter from her.
I am never giving you my mother's phone number for any reason. Not happening.
Come on.
Mr. Long Dick. No.
Maybe Plato's can clarify that comment, because I would just like to know if it's which one it is for the record.
If I had to guess, he just said GameStop because that's where he's trading games, and he wants a written apology from
but
what's the violation, I would say, or Deep Silver or whoever.
I'm pretty sure he wants one from you. I'm going with that. That's how it reads to me.
But he's damaging the disc, so that leads me to say that
it's against the game.
My God, are we really waxing philosophic about the meaning of a one-sentence comment?
Yes, we are.
Not gonna lie, what you just said kind of sounded dirty. You said waxing something. I don't know. Waxing something.
Waxing philosophic?
Yeah, sounds dirty.
Oh my God! Fuck! Did
All
you
right.
get a GED?
Nah, God, no. That's too much work.
Okay.
All right, Danner. What is Plato's
Explains a lot.
favorite gaming fuel?
Plato's favorite gaming fuel is pizza hot pockets. Add volcano hot sauce and dip in ranch dressing. Sounds horrible, but scratches that greasy food late night itch. That and booze. Lots and lots of booze.
I was
I
waiting
can't
for
argue
you.
with the booze stuff.
I was waiting for you to end that by and back to you, Mike.
And back to you, Mike.
No, I like drinking every now and then with my games, as Danner
It
knows.
depends though. If I drink too much, I'll fall asleep.
I don't fall asleep. I just
He doesn't fall asleep.
I don't ever
Mike-
have the pleasure of playing with him drunk.
The best is playing Call of Duty with Mike when he's drinking, because he gets so belligerently angry and slap happy, and then starts
Playing
throwing
not like
grenades
himself.
at his own team most of the time.
That's always fun.
Flashbangs, lots of flashbangs.
Well, that happens anyways.
I get what I call dick-belligerent.
Yeah, yeah.
Dick-belligerent.
He turns into a real dick, a
Um,
belligerent dick.
I like Hot Pockets. Does anybody else like Hot Pockets?
I haven't had.
I do.
Long
Well,
time.
it depends.
I'm a pizza rolls guy.
Yeah.
Pizza rolls are good. Hot Pockets, it depends, because it has one of three outcomes. It can either come out perfect and taste delicious. It can have a ice cold center, or you can bite once into it and never taste anything for another week.
I think you need a better microwave.
It doesn't matter what happens. It always sucks, and every once in a while it's perfect. And it's like I can't recreate the formula.
I think the operator is the one who sucks in this situation, not necessarily.
I only suck when I'm being paid to, sir.
I don't know what to. I have nothing for that except for the fact that I am fresh out of cash, and you still suck.
No, from friends and family discount. You know
I
that.
don't do.
I mean,
I don't do.
Right.
I don't do the greasy foods when I'm gaming though.
I hate getting my controller greasy.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
that. I usually stick to food I can pick up with one hand. that I don't need a second hand for. Like, I was playing with a kid the other day. He was eating spaghetti and meatballs. How do you even do that?
Very carefully.
I don't even get it. That's like, you got to hold the spoon and then twist the fork. I don't get it.
Maybe he had it like on the end of a drill.
That would be fantastic. Oh, that's gonna be my homework for next week.
All right, Danner. What will he buy? Will he buy the current generation systems games after he upgrades?
Possibly if the better version is still on the older version, or if more of my friends are playing the older version. Why can't video games put in the older and newer version in the same pack like the Blu-ray and DVD? I know, prices are different. It should still make things easier. Back to you, Mike!
Unfortunately, I think I liked, we've had conversations about this before on back on the lunchroom and stuff like that about, the video games putting both versions in and selling them that way like Blu-ray and DVD has been doing. Sony's done that with the Vita and the PlayStation 3 to a certain extent. Although my fear is that Hollywood is taking more of a play from video games than video games are taking from Hollywood. Because now
with the exclusive stuff?
Yep, the exclusive, all that, certain...
Wait, what was it? Oblivion you were talking about?
It's Star Trek Into Darkness.
Star Trek, that's what it is.
All this,
because I just rented that the other day, and it's remarkably nothing extras on that disc.
Well, see, that's usually happened with rental copies. I remember when they did that, like the rental copies, those are special versions.
They'd say rental and stuff on it. No, but I mean, still, like, I've went to a friend's house to watch it too, and like he just had like the DVD. He didn't have the Blu-ray or anything. It's got nothing on it.
I will say though, with regards to this question or with this answer, I think the publishers are meeting gamers halfway with their upgrade program, where it's like if you buy Call of Duty on the 360.
Oh, how they're saying that, and then you upgrade to the Xbox One, you can only have to trade in for $10.
Yeah. So I think that's. I mean, we mentioned that last time, right? This is kind of a first.
Yeah.
For the publishers, so it's kind of, at least they're kind of meeting you halfway, I guess.
I think it's kind of they want to we want to get that game out in your hands sooner.
I think it's irresponsible gamers with lack of patience, and the people that, well, if I wait another week and a half, I could buy it on the PlayStation 4, but I want my Call of Duty now.
Well, let me ask you this, because do you think, because of the upgrade program going on here, and Sony hasn't really solidified anything either way, do you kind of, are you worried at all that the hardcore Modern Warfare guys, or like the top tier Modern Warfare guys, are probably the guys who are going to buy new systems at launch, right? But they're also probably the same guys that are going to take advantage of this upgrade program. So are you worried about being 2-3 weeks behind everybody when you sit down to play Ghosts and you get thrown in matches with people that are level 50, 60?
That happens anyways.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my butt kicked regardless. Number one. Number two, I'm gonna be.
He said number two.
B. I'm going to kid. I'm always gonna ruin somebody's day in that game. It doesn't matter. The leveling doesn't matter. I think it's the way you play, and I play like a crazed bat out of hell and have zero strategy. So I'm fine with it. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Well, I was just curious, for the sake of conversation. But yeah, I think they're just trying to meet people halfway.
I think it's cute that they care.
Or that they seem to care.
That is giving people an option. People that'd be like, I guess I'll wait to, do it this. Then they'd be like, oh, no, or I could just do it now. $10 is totally a easy fee for me to pay.
But you know what? Above, over the $10, trade-in program thing, I think the best thing that they've done is saying all your stuff will transfer.
Which is cool. So
it's not like you're starting all the way. You're not starting over when you switch platforms, which I think is great. So, the last answer he had, which was for what does it mean to win a generation? And he says,
nothing, honestly. PlayStation fanboys will say PlayStation and the best. And Xbox fans will say Xbox is the best. And Nintendo fans will say Super Nintendo was the best. People, see what he did there. People need to feel like they made the right choice, so they will justify it any way they can. Back to you, Mike.
It's like the sports now with Art Danner and the
It's
Channel 7 team.
No, it's feedback.
The trick with that is though, I know absolutely nothing about sports.
It's feedback with Art Danner.
Yes.
In fact, I think we need to make that a segment, and we need to have your friend make some theme music for that.
Sounds awesome.
I agree with what he's saying, except I don't think anyone in their right mind can say the Xbox was the best.
Nope.
now we're just arguing semantics here, because he may have meant the 360, but no one's going to say the Xbox is the best. PlayStation, that's I mean, they released 7,900 games for that thing, so it's kind of hard to not say it might be the best. And I do like how Nintendo stops after Super Nintendo.
Yeah, because
That's where it stopped.
Super Nintendo was awesome.
I don't know. I was a fan of the 64.
You can be a fan of the 64, but it was not better than the Super Nintendo.
Oh,
Nothing.
God, no.
Nothing's better than the Super Nintendo.
But I have fond feelings for it because it's the first time I ever used a joystick. So, like, on controller gets mine out of the gutter.
Refuse to believe that's the first time you used a joystick.
I mean, not with my mouth.
I do completely agree with this last part, though, where most of the arguments come from, where he says people need to feel like they made the right choice, so they will justify it any way they can.
See, I have the liberty of being dumb and buying every single system in a generation. So I can honestly say, I will honestly say of like the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube generation, I still think the GameCube was the best looking system.
I will agree with that.
But I would say I had the most fun on the PlayStation 2.
I will agree with that statement as well. I don't know.
Xbox was a travesty. The Xbox was terrible.
Going into this next generation, though, Dan and I, we've got PlayStation 4s pre-ordered in their launch editions, and we're going to be, over the moon and happy to be playing all these new games and stuff like that. But it's like the one game that I watch a video for or a trailer for that makes me like regret pre-ordering a PlayStation 4 and not an Xbox One is Titanfall. Like
Titanfall. God love Titanfall.
Anything else I see, like I can see like Forza or I don't
that game never changes.
I can't even think of like another like Rise. Who cares about that game? I can't even like there isn't another Xbox One game that I can think of that makes me like when I watch like the 2-minute 30-second video or something like that makes me regret purchasing a PlayStation 4. But inevitably, because it's published by EA, it will come to the PlayStation 4, and because EA likes money. So last piece of feedback we have comes from Super Film Fan 98.
I wonder if he likes films.
By the way, thanks for listening. Hoping you really are enjoying the show, and hope to hear from you some more. I think he stumbled across the site recently, because
It's like if we get to 1,000 people writing in, I will actually kill myself on the air.
It will get us 1,000 people listening and responding. This is my new goal in life.
So
Thanks.
Wait. Can we tape you killing yourself? I mean, the YouTube hits
Skype.
Nothing pleases me more than a Shanzi snuff film.
Oh, it's
So-
going to be violent, too.
first question, what is your favorite late night game fuel? He said, this might sound a little weird, but I'm a hummus guy. Spicy hummus with some pita bread is my favorite version of heaven. The spicier the better.
I do love me some hummus.
I do like hummus too.
Not spicy hummus. No.
Because you're a big girl.
No, tastes delicious, but I don't want to have to get up from my Xbox in 20 minutes with a horrible emergency.
With a burning ring of fire.
Oh my god, dude. I don't need one night of gaming to ruin 1 week's worth of living.
To blow your O-ring out.
Oh, oh my god. I don't know if you. Okay, random story. Do you guys have Moe's out there? I don't know.
Yes.
Moe's. Oh
Yes.
my god, that is the worst mistake I've ever made in my entire life. I love it. I think it tastes great, and I love going in because they have to say welcome to Moe's to you. They have to. It's great, but that makes my butthole turn into a like a devil's doorway.
Okay. Next question.
Okay, just had to throw that in there. Go.
We asked, will you be buying any current gen games after you update to a next gen console? He says no.
No.
I'm trading my old console in to get the new console.
This is going to be the first generation I'm not doing that.
I've never done it.
When I got my 360, I traded my Xbox in for sure when I got my 360.
I traded in everything towards my 360 except for my GameCube. That I kept.
I still have everything but my game. I don't even know what happened to my GameCube. It just disappeared. I think it grew legs and walked away.
Yeah, but they were like weird square legs.
I think my PlayStation 3 stared at it long enough that it got up and walked away.
I'm jealous of you.
It comes
I'm
with
leaving.
It has a carry handle, dude.
Does
Somebody
anybody
just walked off that shit.
Does anybody remember the PlayStation 3 commercial where it animated the baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that shit was creepy. I don't know. I've just never done the trade-in thing, but I can understand why people do it.
I could totally understand that, but this is definitely going to be, especially since I'm getting the opposite. I have an Xbox 360 and I'm getting PlayStation 4. Definitely not going to trade it in. I can still get a lot of fun times out of my Xbox.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen to my 360 until Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare is played out, although that's coming to the PlayStation 4 now too, so.
Yay!
I will say, even though I'm not trading the stuff in, I think it's going to be my PlayStation 3 that gets moved out from under the TV. I'm gonna.
Well, yeah, you don't want to have two PlayStations under there.
Well, I mean, I have games that I would still probably want to play, but I'm going to leave the 360 plugged in on life support. Let's see. Next question was, what do you think it means to win a generation, and is it silly to ask? He says, it means you have a head start for the next generation. Look at the PlayStation. It was ahead with the PS2, then Xbox caught up and went ahead. Last thing I read, it appears Xbox will sell more consoles in the US, even with all their screw-ups. If it wasn't for their success winning this generation, at least in my humble opinion, that would not be the case.
I'll tell you what, I don't know, I wouldn't say it definitely it won, but the Wii surprised me more than anything. The original Wii.
Yeah, I think that surprises a lot of people.
When I heard about I mean not even sales wise, like myself when I first played it. Like I was like, this is stupid, and then like 4 hours later, I'm still playing. I mean, Wii Sports, obviously, playing Wii Sports, and I'm like, holy shit! If I balance the ball on top of the bumper rail, I get a strike automatically.
Yep.
Good times.
I don't know. Like, PlayStation had its. I mean, PlayStation was alone, by itself. I mean, the Dreamcast had come out when a couple months before the PlayStation 2 had hit, but PlayStation was kind of alone by itself. I mean, the N64 was its direct competitor, but the N64 did not have the games that the PlayStation had. It just couldn't. And they had the momentum going into the PS2. I don't think Microsoft didn't catch up until the 360.
Agreed.
There's two reasons for that, I think. Well, three actually. One is they released a year earlier, cheaper and live. Live is just sticky. It's hard to get. It's hard to get out of it. Being like $100 to $200 less than the PlayStation 3 did not
hurt it at all.
Did not hurt them at all. So. It'll be interesting.
I think
happens.
I think this is going to be a flip flop because I think that $100 made more difference than anything else.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing we didn't talk. We didn't get around to talking about on the last episode was the Xbox One is coming out on November 22nd, which is a week after the PlayStation 4 this time.
Yep.
Now, we didn't really get a chance to hit on this, but I think personally, and it's just, whether or not this kind of situation happens, I think that's the first good thing they've done.
I agree.
Because I think that's the first thing they've done that puts pressure on Sony.
What, just by saying it's going to be there in hands?
No, what it is on November 15th, myself and Allie, we're both getting one. Her and I have talked about it. We're not expecting PlayStation Network to work on that Friday, at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect Xbox Live to work on the first day.
Wouldn't you?
No.
I mean, no, really? I would.
I would.
After halfway through this generation, anything online, I don't expect to work flawlessly as soon as it comes out.
But see, that's the thing though. Microsoft is hyping, and they made a big deal about this always on check-in thing. It's kind of like they reverse their policies on all that stuff, right? But if their console comes out that Friday and Live gets crippled, that right there is justification for every consumer for being pissed that they even wanted to do the always online connection thing. Like they have.
It's like, oh, you're gonna make me be connected, but you're not even gonna have reliable.
Exactly, and Microsoft has to hit that. That way they can just be like, "Told you so." Like Live has to work out of the box, no matter what, on the 22nd. Now, I feel like there's going to be a portion of people that are jumping ship to the PlayStation, and they're coming from 360 and the Live experience, which compared to PlayStation Network is flawless for the most part. And they're going to get their PlayStations home, and they're going to log on, they're going to pay their $50, and they're going to try and play a multiplayer game, and it's not going to work. And they are probably going to be within their return window to return a console and try and go get an Xbox One. Like that's why I think it's the smart thing that they've done. Microsoft has put pressure on Sony to have the PlayStation Network be bulletproof on the 15th, because like Microsoft, Sony is also pushing the digital day one releases. Like they're saying like you can pre-order PlayStation 4 games digitally right now on PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
And
doesn't matter if there's copies in stores, you'll have it on your system. Right,
but you have to be able to, you've paid your $60, you have to be able to sign on to download that game.
Yeah.
And if you can't, that's
yeah, a couple million people trying to download one game at the same time. What could possibly go wrong?
It won't be. That's not exactly how it works, but I mean that's the idea though, right? I mean, it has to work. And I think Microsoft is going to sit back and laugh at Sony like all day long.
Plus, I mean, Xbox has had the experience on, quality.
Yep.
Online capabilities. So.
And it's kind of baffling to me that they're both launching on a Friday, which means tech support's going to go home. So I wouldn't expect any network stuff. I'd be amazed if they work on it over the weekend. Like
it'll all be on India, dude. In India, don't worry. Those people never sleep.
So, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting. So Xbox One is November 22nd, and the PlayStation 4 is November 15th. We're gonna have special shows those weeks.
We are.
Yep, we're gonna do a look at the PlayStation launches.
Yay, special!
And we're gonna do a look at the Xbox launches.
Yay!
So, but that's it for the listener feedback this week.
Thank you for your feedback.
Yeah. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're going to come back on the other side and do a rundown of the Q4 games.
I'm just really glad that everybody appreciates the Sean dying jokes.
Yes, it's a very important part of the show at this point, I think.
It is. It's magic. It kind of brings us all together. It gives us something else to hate.
After I kill myself online, after your feedback corner, they can be like, and now the corpse corner, and just turn. It's like a video of me laying motionless for 30 seconds, and then back to you.
I was gonna say, don't you pretty much lie motionless anyways right now?
And break.
Yeah, your wife does all the work.
The Pull Bag is the GCRN's place for everything you need in the comic book world. We focus on new and current comics while also tackling a few back issues here and there. So join the entire GCRN crew and see what issues the hosts have with today's panels. You can find the Pull Bag on iTunes and geekcastradio.com. Make your great escape into comics.
Oh, oh, oh! You are a fucking jerk.
Yeah, but you laughed while you said it, so we're good.
Oh, I'm gonna punch you in the taint.
That means you want to touch my naughty places, so bring it.
Always.
All right, guys. Okay. All right, we're back on the other side of what I can only assume was a pull bag slug. We're going to talk about we're going to do a rundown of the Q4 games. This will not include launch games. That's going to be for episode 28.
Spoiler alert, dude.
Which will be
Jesus.
recorded. Which will be recorded right after this out. So you guys will just have to wait for it.
They'll have to wait for it.
Yep.
We get it immediately.
Nope. Okay,
Immediate
so
satisfaction.
we're going to take a step back just because, and we're going to run through these real quick. September 3rd saw the release of Rayman Legends, which was actually supposed to be released in March?
I've heard really good things about this game, though.
I've heard excellent things about this.
Yeah, I've heard that it's kind of amazing.
I've heard it's unforgiving.
That's almost what you want a platformer to be, though. Now,
Wait, Clint Eastwood's in it?
Yes.
Okay.
did I shoot 5 Rayman or 4?
That was released for the PS3, the 360, and the Wii U. There was also...
And a Vita version.
Oh, yeah, with missing levels.
No, they're patching them all in.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How nice of them.
Yep.
I also saw the release of Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. This franchise is still around.
I was about to ask the same thing.
I was looking on Xbox the other day, and it like I always check out like the recent add-ons if anything new's like some little stuff's coming out new, and there was just a fucking wall of Dead or Alive. So I'm like, it's like, ooh, somebody's sexy costume, somebody else's sexy costume. I'm like, holy shit, this game hasn't died yet.
So it was a wall of breasts.
No, you don't get to see them.
Oh,
It's very annoying.
so it was a wall of covered mammary glands.
It was a wall of covers of fucking Dead or Alive. I was looking through it. I was like, Jesus Christ, who cares about this? The internet is for porn. Go there. See real boobs jiggling.
Well, that depends on who you're watching.
My own boobies jiggling.
All right, September 10th saw the release of NHL 14.
Don't care.
It also saw the release of Young Justice Legacy, which is based off of the canceled TV show.
I thought it was gonna be based off the old movie. Oh, Young Justice. I'm stupid.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, yeah, not the Young Justice I'm talking about. Okay, then.
Also saw the release of Puppeteer on PlayStation Network, which
I've heard really good things about.
I've heard this is like a very. That's the one where you're like the marionette, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that's really cool.
I've seen people saying that they're charging their 3D glasses to play this game, which that's pretty high praise in and of itself. Last thing released this week was Kingdom Hearts HD Remix 1.5. I think I'm going to buy this for Ellie.
I almost kind of want to buy it because I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game.
This is kind of like the Kingdom Hearts franchise is where the second point in Square's life where I started to lose faith in them, because Kingdom Hearts is basically a 3D representation of Secret of Mana. And it made me very sad that it wasn't Secret of Mana.
A lot of things make you sad.
They do.
He's very sensitive.
Yeah.
On to something else I don't care about. September 17th.
Grand Theft Auto 5!
Yay! For PS3 and
Meh.
360.
If Joe was here, he'd be popping a digital boner.
He'd be popping a real one, let's be honest.
And later, I'm just going to go ahead and call it PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Not gonna happen.
It will.
PC, yes.
And it'll come to the other ones.
I call bullshit.
Okay.
Do
you want to place another wager on it? Another Watchdog wager on it?
I'll hold the money.
Wait. Is it a one-sided wager like our Watchdog one was?
No, if I'm right, you have to buy it for me. If I'm wrong, I have to buy you a game of your choice.
Wager accepted.
Okay.
Now, Danner, since it's already accepted, when he said any game of your choice, you got to pick like an ultra rare game that costs like $1,000 from
That's-
back in the day.
Hey, Sean. I'm not a huge, massive cock like you are, so back down. It's
You
okay.
sure? You're sure you're not? Because I thought you are what you eat.
Thank you, Danner.
Oh, you fuckstain.
All right, and September 24th is the game that Danner is the most psyched about.
Woo!
FIFA 14 on
Woo!
PS3.
I love games with balls.
Now with
the
more
360.
kicking.
Now with 20% more green cards. Woo!
I've actually heard in this one, there can be like a soccer riot and people will die in the stands. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they combined it with WWE 14.
No, what it is you play, and then you have 4 friends that basically play Super Smash Bros. With people in the back.
I just want a fighting game that's called Soccer Hooligans. And all you do is play as spectators in a soccer stadium and then get drunk and go to bars and then just beat the shit out of people.
Isn't that State of Emergency?
Let's not talk about that game. That game is a
With
blight.
the bonus Molotov round where you got to light cop cars on fire.
October 8th sees the release of Disgaea D2, A Brighter Darkness. I know nothing about this.
I tried to play the Vita version of this. I made it 15 minutes. The gameplay is awesome, but the dialogue, writing, and everything else just makes you want to fucking gouge your eyes out.
Nice.
If you like Japanese things, you'll totally like this game. If you don't, and you're not 14, you're probably not gonna like it.
Is there boobs? You said 14. Is there boobs?
No, I don't think there's any boobs.
All right. One last date before we get
How
kind
can
of
darkness be brighter? I don't understand.
It's
always
a Japanese
brightest
thing.
before the dawn. Whatever.
Why didn't they call it a shade of gray? If it's brighter darkness, it's gray, not whatever. Let's move on.
October 25th. Batman Arkham Origins.
Woo!
For the
This
PS3, the
game is
360, and the
gonna
PC.
suck.
I'm not ready to write it off, but I don't think it'll be very good.
That's something like, if
This
it's
game is
good,
gonna-
great. But if it's bad, I'm not going to be shocked.
This game is gonna suck harder than Jason Todd.
And then there's also on this date, there's Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate.
That game I'm looking forward to.
Wait, which one's that?
It's a Vita version.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, and 3DS.
the
It's
Vita
like a
version.
side-scrolling.
Does it come on the
version.
2DS too?
Yes.
Probably. But nobody comes on the 2DS. Wait a second.
I don't know. It looks like it might have an easily watchable screen.
It's the
so.
internet. I'm pretty sure there's something out there.
Never mind. Everybody will be coming on the 2DS.
Also on October 25th, there is WWE 2K14
Woohoo!
Oh, thank God. I don't care.
for the PS3 and the 360.
I like these games. I really like these games. These are the
Is
only semi-sport
WW,
/ fighting game that I enjoy. I'm not going to buy it because I've barely played 13 yet. And
Unless it's WCW versus NWO, I couldn't care less about wrestling games.
oh, WWF No Mercy on the N64. Oh, anyways, I'm
That
gonna
was
pass.
Digital Boner.
I do like the wrestling games, but because of the new next generation, and there is no next gen version of this, I'm assuming 2K15 will be. But this, I'm not interested because it's not a next gen version. You hear that? 2K. If it was on the Xbox One and the PS4, I'd be buying it at launch, but it's not. So fuck you guys.
All right, now, just so everyone's aware, go from here forward. Anything that we say has a release date, that's the 360 PS3 launch date. And like I said, in the next episode, we'll be talking about the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One launches. So releases are going to get kind of sketchy here. Very few titles, but a lot of them are just waiting for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So October 29th, we see the release of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Woohoo!
I'm actually looking forward to this.
I am
Pirates.
totally. Pirates, dude. I called it back on the Assassin's 3 show.
Well, except now there is actually an Assassin's Creed Pirates.
Yes, like I saw that. The Liberation game.
No, there's an Assassin's Creed Pirates.
For the iPad and iPhone.
Oh, God.
Yep. Also on this date comes Shanzi's favorite game, Battlefield 4.
4.
Nothing
That
to
you
say.
guys abandoned.
Hey, we didn't abandon. We never actually completely got both feet on the bandwagon. We got one half on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I mean,
Bullshit.
I know I placed the pre-orders. I have my pre-order bonuses for both Danner and I. I just, I canceled them.
Because we switched to something else that was coming out on November 5th.
Yes, but we're not getting it on November 5th because Danner thinks those people are pansies. Call of Duty Ghost.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I think I'd kind of, I know Danner and I had almost written off the Call of Duty franchise, and then they kind of showed their multiplayer demo.
They unfurled their multiplayer cocks
Yes.
and released the trailer, and I was just like, Mike, watch this. And then you go, okay, I'm switching our pre-orders right now. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
And the stuff I've heard about, they're actually building maps. All the maps are designed for like players of all different play types. So they're actually building sniping like perches into the maps now. They also are they're making it so you can't basically quickscope anybody anymore. So you won't get people running around with sniper rifles, whipping them up and
And
one-shotting.
how are they stopping that?
They're making the bob is going to be, there's going to be perks that lower the bob and all this other stuff, like just to make actual sniping in a prone position or crouched in cover easier than just whipping the scope up. Like you might not be aimed anywhere close to your target if you just pull the scope right up. So and as as a camper, I'm looking forward to that stuff.
Did you watch the story trailer that dropped today?
I think you answered your own question there.
It was a story.
trailer.
He
Dude,
doesn't care about story. Wait,
You
is
have-
that the one that where it showed like the
it starts in space.
space, and then it has the
Yeah.
dog attack the helicopter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that happens
it was
all the
pretty awesome.
time. That helicopter was just taken down by a dog.
He wasn't attacking the helicopter. He was attacking the guy that was getting into the helicopter.
No, he was. I think he jumped up and got the pilot.
No,
'Cause
it was a guy that was.
That's what it looked like. It looked like the guy was sitting inside the helicopter with a dog hanging off his arm.
I don't care. If I get a in space multiplayer level, I will be so ecstatic.
As long as I can drift off into nothingness and then eventually just die and respawn, I'm sold.
Okay, Sandra Bullock.
But like,
I just want to play ground control to Major Tom the entire time.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy that just blasts it into his microphone.
only if they make it so if you try to use a noob tube, it launches your ass backwards.
That'd be awesome.
Kidding? That'd be a way to like move faster. You'd shoot behind you and then turn around.
If only you could do the Wally and you can grab a fire extinguisher and zip around.
If only we had jetpacks.
Holy.
All right. November 8th is bringing Arcania.
I have no idea.
Me either. I just...
Could give rat's ass.
Yeah. November 15th, it has a slew of games that we're not going to cover right now.
Slew, he said, everyone.
Yes. November 19th, we'll see the game release of the game that I am looking forward to, which is Need for Speed Rivals. I've got my friend John on board with the game, so I don't need anybody else to play with me.
I could go either way. I enjoy racing games fully when I play them, and then a week later, I don't even look at it again.
I just like what they're doing with it, where the like a lot of next gen titles, the multiplayer and the single player are merged into one thing. I mean, obviously you can play them in an offline setting, but if you're connected, when you start just an event race, the game will try to populate the other racers with real people. And also they can populate your world with the cops, and they can be with cops, and those cops can be other real people instead of just racing against a dumb AI.
There's got to be a way to set up those. I hope the matchmaking is good.
There is no matchmaking.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know how they're going to determine what people they're going to pull into your game. Because if they pull someone to be your cop that's way better than you, that's going to make you pissed off at your own game.
I mean, yeah, that kind of remains to be seen. And I from what I've gathered, they're adding like classes, like different race classes to the game. They haven't really gone into the racer side
Speed
of it.
racer, semi-fast racer,
No,
slowpoke racer.
they've added like you can be like a highway cop or like a patrol cop, or you can be an undercover cop. And you can like move up in the ranks and get different perks and stuff like that. The one that interests me is the undercover cop. Because then you actually get to go and get in the races with other racers. And then I think you're like assigned to take down like the lead car and only the lead car or something like that. So that's November 19th. And you know what's really weird is when I made the list, that was it. Like November 22nd when the Xbox One launches, that's pretty much it for the rest of the year.
Watch Dogs comes out in that for all consoles.
On the 22nd.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So
Yeah, Watch Dogs.
I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs as well. So I have a feeling I'm going to play that while Allie's playing Assassin's Creed 4, and then we're going to switch.
I have a feeling I'm going to play both at the exact same time.
He's going to actually get two TVs set up.
I'm going to play a chapter of Assassin's Creed 4, and then I'm going to play a chapter of Watch Dogs. So
Just pretend you're Desmond in the future.
exactly, it's like playing as Desmond in the future. It's the component that'll be missing from
Except
4.
he
So
doesn't
I'll just
suck.
yeah, that's going to be a big component of Watch Dogs, is the whole not sucking in the future.
Is anyone just slightly bummed that Watch Dogs wasn't a code name for some present day Assassin's Creed?
Oh, super bummed, because the moment I saw that,
was
that's exactly
bummed
what I thought
at
it was gonna be.
first, but then thinking of Watch Dogs being its own entity is more exciting. Because I really didn't want to turn out to be like, oh, you're actually Desmond. Be like, fuck that dude. I don't care.
Yeah, because Desmond is kind of a wiener.
He is not even kind of. He is full on twat status.
Well, if anybody would know, it would be you.
We
You can
do,
smell your own.
Yeah, it's kind of fishy.
Yeah.
All right. So, simple question this week, just so we can wrap this show up and get on to recording the next one. Simple question. Tell us what games you're looking forward to this fall.
Ooh, that was a tough one.
Yes, it was. We just did a rundown, and we'll have a more complete list for you guys with the next episode, so it'll probably be the question then, too.
Everybody's going to say Arcane, since that was the one that we didn't know anything about.
Probably. Everybody can write in with their answers and with questions for us. You can if you can get in touch with us. You can comment on our parent site at geekcastradio.com or send emails to us at feedback@geekcastradio.com. Just put off the cuff episode 27 questions, answers, blah 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 in the subject line. We'll make sure it gets to us somehow, maybe.
Magic.
You can find myself, Michael Powers, on Twitter, Xbox Live. Actually, no, you can't. Let's try that again. You can find myself, Michael Powers, on Twitter and the PlayStation Network at Booth Ninja 81. Wow, I can't tell you how good that feels to not say Xbox Live anymore. Danner?
You can find me on Twitter at Art Danner or on PlayStation Network at X51, the Machine Man.
Shanzi?
Ben Chauncey Brown. You can find me on Xbox fucking Live at Weapon87. You can find me on Twitter at Chauncey Brown. You can find me probably on a suicide hotline within the next hour or two. Yeah, that's what I'm
All right. Until next week, play smart or go home.
Like my penis.
I'm
I don't
glad
go for
I clicked record just in time for that.
like I go for
Excellent.
girth, not length or whatever.
You just like to scrape the hell out of the sides. You don't like to get down in there.
I give the edges hell, dude.
Good. I figured you would. Now I got something to fantasize about.
And there's the bloopers. Hello,
Anyways.
everybody.
Hi!
Do we want to cover the September releases?
I mean, since most of them are...
I mean, some of them
The
are
only
games
thing,
that we've
the only
either
thing worth
talked about
covering
or-
is the fact that GTA 5 is coming out next week, and no offense, Joe's beaten the fuck out of that one.
All right, well, we'll figure this out.
We could talk about FIFA 14 because there's nothing I love more than sports games.
FIFA. Oh, good. Well, there's only one thing more boring than watching someone else kick a ball, and that's me pressing a button to kick a ball.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?